Okay po. So today po is April 1st, 2024. So magkakaroon po ulit tayo ng another pre-bid for 8 projects from 24DJ0125 to 24DJ0132 ng 2024 infrastructure projects. So to start po, let us ask the guidance of our dear Lord sa panguna po ni Engineer Joyce Carla Digno.
Good morning po. Sige po, tayo po ay pansamantalang humingi ng presensya sa Lord. Lord, salamat po sa araw nito, sa muli po na kami po ay iningatan nyo na makakating dito sa aming trabaho. Lord, dalangin din po namin sa oras ito na ang gagawin po namin private conference. Lord, ikaw po yung mataas at bigyan mo po ng wisdom and knowledge ang mag-represent ng bawat projects po at sa mga makikinig po sa amin, ikaw po din may magbigay ng kanilang knowledge para po nila yung mga dapat po gawin sa darating na preview. Lord, sa lang po namin pinagkakatiwala ang naghapo ito at sa pangalan ng Panginoon Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Digno. So, for the acknowledgement po ng lahat ng naandito na sa ating Zoom private conference, sa pangunguna po ng ating back chairperson, ng ating pong Assistant District Engineer, Chito SM Paz. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Ma'am Nimpa. Good morning to the attendees.
Thank you po. Next po ay ang ating back member, Engineer Faustino Mark Anthony de la Cruz. Good morning, sir.
Hello po, Ma'am Nimpa. Hello po. Magandang umaga po pa sa lahat.
Thank you po. Next po is ang ating pong back PWG member, Engineer Israel Africa. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
Next po is ang ating pong back member, Engineer Marvin Jan Agustin. Good morning po. Back PWG member, Engineer Miss Glyren Losloso.
Morning po, ma'am. Good morning po sa lahat.
Morning. Next po, ang ating pong back PWG member, Engineer Rainier Palaganas. Good morning po. Back PWG member po, Engineer Jean Paul Abril.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning po sa
Good
lahat.
morning. Thank you. Back member, Engineer Charlotte Abolencia. Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Back TWG member, Engineer Marco Brian Vuitton. Morning.
Good morning po, ma'am. Good morning po.
So next po ang ating pong back secretariat, Engineer Joyce Carla Digno. Morning po.
Good morning po.
Next po is ang ating pong programmer, si Engineer Ian Fermi. Morning po.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Programmer also, Engineer Leo Glorioso. Morning
Good
po.
morning po, ma'am.
Next po is from the programmer po also ang ating si Engineer Justin Yerba. Morning.
Morning po, ma'am.
From the COA representative, si Ma'am Sir Passion. Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Thank you po. So,
Tayo.
thank you.
Umay.
So, wala po ba akong nais? Muli po, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ganun din po sa mga sa mga viewers po natin sa YouTube Live. And sa ating po mga interested contractors na nanonood sa YouTube Live. Nandito na rin po ang ating back member, si Ma'am Hazel Elises. Good morning po.
Hello po, good morning po sa inyong lahat.
And thank you po. And ang ating pong back secretariat member, Miss Laila Darama.
Good morning po.
Good morning po. Thank you po. So, again, hopefully wala po akong na-miss sa ating mga attendees. So, muli, again, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And start na po hingin po natin ang mensahe from our back chairperson, ang ating Assistant District Engineer, Chito SM Paz.
Hi, good morning po once again. So the very purpose of this pre-bid conference is to discuss, clarify, and explain, among other things, the eligibility requirements as well as the technical and financial components of the bid of the project to be bid. So as we go along po, lahat po ng prospective bidders may ask questions for clarification. So you may raise your hand through our chat para tanong po sa programmer kung ano po yung mga pwede nilang itanong para po magkaroon po tayo ng smooth bidding for this coming. Ma'am, ano to? Kailan po tayo? April 16 or 17?
April 16.
April
po.
16.
Opo.
Ayun. So, yun lang po and good morning to all.
Thank you po, Adi Chito. So, start na po natin yung ating pong discussion. Thank you po. So, number 1 po is 24DJ0125. Protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of Dumacaa flood control structure or package 16, Lucena City, Quezon. Yung scope of work po is construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 330 calendar days. Size range of contractor, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents po is 50,000 pesos. Next po is 24DJ0126. 002, protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage system, construction of the Dumacaa flood control structure, package 17, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure, net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Construction of cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. Next is 24DJ0127, 002, protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction and maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 34, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure, net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 330 calendar days. Contractor size range is medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. Number 4 is 24DJ0128-002. Protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 35, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Number 5 is 24DJ0129. 002 flood protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structures, package 38, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. Number 6, 002, protect lives and properties against major flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structures, package 20, Lucena City, Quezon. Contract ID is 24DJ0130. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 220 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Source of fund, GAA 2024 contract duration is 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. Number 7, 24DJ0131, 002, protect lives and properties against major floods. Flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage system, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structures, package 36, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 230 linear meter. Scope of approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents, 50,000 pesos. And number 8, 24DJ0132. 002, protect lives and properties against major floods management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 37, Lucena City, Quezon. Scope of work, construction of flood mitigation structure. Net length is 230 linear meter. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration is 330 calendar days. Contractor size range, medium A with license category B. Cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. So, ang ating pong bid opening is April 16, 2024 at 9 a.m. after the deadline of the submission of bids. at the back conference room. Thank you, and let's start the presentation of scope of work and plans.
Good morning po.
Morning.
Project name 002, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods. Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems. Construction of Dumacaa River Flood Control Structure Package 16, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID of 24DJ0125. Plans of the proposed project. Ito po yung title page. Index of drawings. General construction notes. Legends. Design symbols. Location map, vicinity map, key map, layout plan. Summary of quantities. Straight line diagram, shoring and cover damming plan. Typical cross section. Whip holes, partial elevation, parapet blocks, and large section. Stone masonry typical cross section. Details of whip holes, section showing curb and gutter, section showing metal grating and catch basin. Pavement layout plan for roadway. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawings, cross section of sheet piles. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile of the project. And yung the rest po yung cross section of the project. Scope of works. Under facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Under other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour, access road. Under reinforced concrete, structural concrete, reinforcing detail, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40 and 60. Under earthworks, clearing and grabbing, unsuitable excavation, structure excavation, shoring, cribbing, and drain excavation, embankment from barrow, gravel fill. Under bank and slope protection works, stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles, furnish, structural steel sheet piles, driven. Under drainage works, pipe culverts, adjusting catch basin. Under earthworks, foundation fill, subgrade preparation, under sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course, under surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, under miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter, sidewalk, and trees. Minimum equipment requirements. Backhoe, 1 backhoe, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor, 1 cutting outfit, one bagger mixer, 1 water pump, 1 water truck, 1 low bed trailer, 1 vibratory roller, 1 bar cutter, 1 motorized road grader, 1 bar bender, 1 welding machine, 1 cargo truck, 1 truck mounted boom truck, 1 generator set, 1 vibro hammer, 1 truck mounted crane, 1 service crane, 1 concrete vibrator, 1 payloader, and 1 joint sealer machine. Manpower requirements, 1 project manager, 1 project engineer, 1 accredited materials engineer, 1 construction foreman, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 with contract duration of 330 calendar days.
May question po kayo. Wala po kasi dito kasi na sa next video.
For the next project, OO2, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 17, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID of 24DJ 0126. Plans of the proposed project. Ito may title page. Index of drawings. General construction notes. Design symbols, legends. Location map. Vicinity map, key map, layout plan. Summary of quantities. Straight line diagram showing cover damming plan. Typical cross section. Peepholes, partial elevation, parapet blocks, and large section. Stone masonry, typical cross section. Details of peepholes. Section showing curb and gutter. Section showing metal grating and catch basin. Pavement layout plan for roadway. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawings, cross-section of sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile of the project. And yung the rest po is cross-section of the project. Scope of works. Under facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants of the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Under other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour, access road. Under reinforced concrete, structural concrete, Reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 and 60. Under earthworks, clearing and grabbing, suitable excavation, structure excavation, shoring, cribbing and drain excavation, embankment from barrow, gravel fill. Under bank and slope protection works, stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles, furnish, structural steel sheet piles driven. Under drainage works, pipe culverts, adjusting catch basin. Under earthworks, foundation fill, great preparation. Under subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. Under surface course, says Portland cement concrete pavement. Under miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter, sidewalk, and trees. Minimum equipment requirements. 1 backhoe, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor, 1 cutting outfit, 1 bagger mixer, 1 water pump, 1 water truck, 1 low bed trailer, 1 vibratory roller, 1 bar cutter, 1 motorized road grader, 1 bar bender, 1 welding machine, 1 cargo truck, 1 truck mounted boom truck, 1 generator set, 1 vibro hammer, 1 truck mounted crane, 1 service crane, 1 concrete vibrator, 1 payloader, and 1 giant sealer machine. Manpower requirements, 1 project manager, 1 project engineer, 1 accredited materials engineer 1, 1 construction foreman, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 with contract duration of 330 calendar days.
May question po kaya? Ano po? Visit po tayo sa next project. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Hello, good morning po. For our next project po, 002 Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Dumacaa River Flood Control Structure, Package 34, Lucena City, Quezon, with Contract ID 24DJ0127. Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, vicinity map, location map, and layout plan. General construction notes. Summary of quantities. Pavement layout plan for pathway. Detailed connection of infrastructure to sidewalk and parapet blocks. Detail of expansion joint at certain intersections and structures. Typical cross sections. Whip holes, partial elevation, details of whip holes, section showing curb and gutter. Masonry typical cross sections, parapet block and large sections, section showing metal gritty and catch basing. Straight line diagram showing Coffer Dam Plan. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawing and cross-section of sheet pile. The DPWH standard project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile of the project. Cross sections of the project. Scope of works of the project. For Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, litter, access road. For Part D, reinforced concrete, structural concrete 4,000 PSI Class A at 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60. For Part L-A, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, unsuitable excavation, shoring, cribbing and drain excavation, cribbing coffer damming, embankment from borough, gravel pit. Part L-B, bank and slope protection works, grouted riprap Class A, stone masonry, structural steel shield piles, furnished, structural steel sheet piles driven. For Part L-C, drainage works, pipe culverts 910 millimeters diameter, Class 2 RCPC, adjusting catch basin. For Part C, earthworks, foundation fill, subgrade preparation, common material. Subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. For Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter, precast, sidewalk, 100 millimeters thick, trees, furnishing and transplanting. Minimum equipment requirements, backhoe or backhoe with breaker, dump truck, plate compactor, cutting outfit, 1 bagger mixer, water pump, water truck, low bed trailer, vibratory roller, bar cutter, motorized road grader, bar bender, welding machine, cargo truck, truck mounted boom truck, generator set, vibro hammer, truck mounted crane, service crane, concrete vibrator, payloader, joint sealer machine. Manpower requirements, 1 project manager with 5 years total experience, 1 project engineer with 5 years total experience, 1 accredited materials engineer 1, 1 construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days.
May tanong po kaya. Sige po, next project namin. Thank you.
Next project po, 002 Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Dumacaa River Flood Control Structure, Package 35, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID 24DJ0128. Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, vicinity map, location map, and layout plan. General construction notes. Summary of quantities. Pavement layout plan for pathway. Detailed connection of infrastructure to sidewalk and parapet blocks. Detail of expansion joint and at certain intersection and structures. Typical cross-section. Whip holes, partial elevation, details of whip holes, section showing curb and gutter, stone masonry, typical cross-section, parapet blocks and large section, and section showing metal grating and catch basin. Straight line diagram and shoring in coffer dummy plan. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawing, cross-section and sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile of the project. And cross-sections of the project. For the scope of works of the project, for Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistance of the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour access road. For Part D, reinforced concrete, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60. For Part L-A, earthworks, clearing and grubbing, unsuitable excavation, shoring, cribbing, and drain excavation, cribbing or coffer damming, embankment from borough, gravel fill. For Part L-B, bank and slope protection works, grouted riprap, Class A, stone masonry, structural stitch shield piles, furnish, structural steel sheet piles driven. For Part L-C, drainage works, pipe culverts, 910 millimeters diameter, Class 2 RCPC, adjusting catch basin. For Part C, earthworks, foundation fill, subgrade preparation, common material. For Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 millimeters thick, 14 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter precast, sidewalk 100 meters thick, trees furnishing and transplanting. Minimum equipment requirements. Backhoe or backhoe with breaker, dump truck, plate compactor, cutting outfit, one bagger mixer, water pump, water truck, low bed trailer, vibratory roller, bar cutter, motorized road grader, bar bender, welding machine, cargo truck, truck mounted boom truck, generator set, vibro hammer, truck mounted crane, service crane, concrete vibrator, payloader, and joint sealer machine. Manpower requirements. One project manager with 5 years total experience, one project engineer with 5 years total experience, one accredited materials engineer 1, one construction foreman with 5 years total experience, one first aider, and one safety officer. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days.
May touch po kayo. Next project.
For our next project po, 002, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 38, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID 24DJ0129. Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, vicinity map, location map, and layout plan. General construction notes. Summary of quantities. Pavement layout plan for roadway. Detailed connection of reinforced structure to sidewalk and parapet blocks. Detail of expansion joint at certain intersections and structures. Typical cross-section. Hip holes, partial elevation. Details of hip holes. Sections showing curb and gutter. Parapet blocks in large section. Stone masonry typical cross-section. Section showing meta grading and catch basin. Straight line diagram, shoring and cover damming plan. Detailed section of retaining wall, isometric drawing, cross-section of sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile for the project. And cross sections for the project. Scope of works. For part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistance to the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour, access road. Part D, reinforced concrete, reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40, reinforcing steel deformed, grade 60. Structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, class A, 28 days. For part L-A, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, unsuitable excavation, gravel fill, shoring, cribbing and drain excavation, cribbing, coffer damming, embankment from borough. For part L-B, bank and slope protection works, stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles furnished, structural steel sheet piles driven. For part L-C, drainage works, pipe culverts, 910 millimeters diameter, class 2 RCPC, adjusting catch basin. For part C, earthworks, subgrade preparation, common material, foundation fill. For part D, sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. For part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter, precast, sidewalk, 100 millimeters thick, trees, furnishing, and transplanting. Minimum equipment requirements. Low bed trailer, backhoe, motorized road grader, vibratory roller, water truck, concrete vibrator, concrete screeder, concrete saw blade, bar cutter, joint sealer machine, one bagger mixer, bar bender, cargo truck, service crane, dump truck, water pump, plate compactor, truck mounted crane, vibro hammer, generator set, welding machine, cutting outfit, payloader, and boom truck. Manpower requirements, one project manager with 5 years total experience, one project engineer with 5 years total experience, one accredited materials engineer 1, one construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days.
Okay, question po Maya. O, next slide po tayo. Thank you.
FY 2024 Flexibility Infrastructure Program OO2 for Protect Lands and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures, and Dredge Systems, Construction of Dumacaa River Flood Control Structure, Package 20, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID of 24DJ0130. Plus of the proposed project.
Hello po. Pwede po malakas ng ate yung boses. Thank you po.
Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, location map, layout plan, vicinity map. General construction note, legends, design symbols, abbreviation and symbols. Summary of quantities. Pavement layout plan for roadway. Typical cross section, stone mass and stone mass on the typical cross section, detail of post before partial elevation, straight line diagram. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawing, cross section of sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detail of field office. Flood and profile. And the rest are cross section. Scope of works. EW standard specification for public works volume 3 part A, facilities for the engineer. 8.1.13 construction of field office for the engineer. 8.1.111 provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. 8.1.3.1 provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer. 8.1.41 provision of progress photographs. For part B, other general requirements. B.51 project billboard signboard. B.71 official safety and health. B.91 of mobilization demobilization. B.15.1 before access road. Or division 1 general. Part D, reinforced concrete 901 P, structural concrete 4,000 PSI. Class A at 28 days. 902 1A1 enforcing still defined grade 40. 102 1A2 enforcing still defined grade 60. Or Division 4 flood control drainage and water supply. Part L flood and river control and drainage. Part L dash A earthworks. 1,702 clearing and grubbing. 1,701 unsuitable excavation. 1,702 1A structural excavation common side. 1,702 for B shoring and weaving and drainage excavation. 1,704 1B embankment from Barrow. 1,704 for gravel fill. For part L-B bank and slope protection works. 1,711 stone masonry. 1,716 6 across sheet pile furnish. 1,716 12 stuffos steel sheet pile ribbon. For part L-C drainage works. 1,718 1A3 arc culverts. 1,728 adjusted catch basin. For DPW standard specification for highways, bridges, and airports, volume 2, part C earthwork. 103 3 foundation fill. 105 1A subgrade preparation common material. Part B sub-base and base course. 201 aggregate sub-base course. Part E surface courses. 311 1C1 Portland concrete cement concrete pavement. Part H miscellaneous structures. 607 curb and gutter precast. 601 sidewalk. 611 trees furnishing entrance planting. Minimum equipment requirements. One low bed trailer, two backhoe, one motorized road grader, one vibratory roller, one water truck, one concrete vibrator, one concrete spreader, one concrete saw blade, one bar cutter, stick and paste, one joint sealer machine, one bagger mixer, one bar bender, one cargo truck, one service crane, two dump truck, two water pump, one take compactor, one truck mounted crane, one Vibro hammer, one generator set, one welding machine, one cutting outfit, one payloader, one boom truck. Manpower requirement. One project manager with 5 years of total experience. One project engineer with 5 years of total experience. One accredited materials engineer one. One construction foreman with 5 years of total experience. One first aider. One safety officer. The approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos and the contract duration is 230 calendar days.
May question po kaya? Sige po, so next project na po ulit tayo. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Sino po kaya ang programmer?
Hi. Hello, good morning po. For our next project, OO2, Protect Lives and Properties against Major Floods, Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage Systems, Construction of Dumacaa River Flood Control Structure, Package 36, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID 24DJ0131. Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, vicinity map, location map, and layout plan. General construction notes. Summary of quantities. Pavement layouts lang for pathway. Detailed connection of reinforced structure to sidewalk and parapet blocks. Detail of expansion joint at certain intersections and structures. Typical cross sections. Whip holes partial elevation. Details of whip holes. Section showing curb and gutter. Stone masonry, typical cross section. Parapet blocks in large section. And section showing metal grating and catch basin. Straight line diagram. Shoring and cover damming plan. Detailed section of retaining wall. Isometric drawing. Track section of sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile for the project. Cross sections for the project. Scope of works. Part A, facilities for the engineer. Construction of field office for the engineer. Provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. Provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer. Provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements. Project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, meter access road. Part D, reinforced concrete. Structural concrete 4,000 PSI, class A at 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 60. Part L-A, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, unsuitable excavation, shoring, cribbing and drain excavation, cribbing coffer damming. Embankment from borough, gravel fill. Part L-B, bank and slope protection work, stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles, furnished, structural steel sheet piles driven. Part L-C, drainage works, pipe culverts, 910 millimeters diameter, class 2 RCPC, adjusting catch basin. Part C, earthworks, foundation fill, subgrade preparation, common material. Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. For Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter precast, sidewalk 100 millimeters thick, trees, furnishing, and transplanting. Minimum equipment requirements, backhoe or backhoe with breaker, dump truck, plate compactor, cutting outfit, one bagger mixer, water pump, water truck, low bed trailer, vibratory roller, bar cutter, motorized road grader, bar bender, welding machine, cargo truck, truck-mounted boom truck, generator set, vibro hammer, truck-mounted crane, service crane, concrete vibrator, payloader, and joint sealer machine. Manpower requirements. One project manager with 5 years total experience, one project engineer with 5 years total experience, one accredited materials engineer one with 5 years total experience, one first aider, and one safety officer. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days. For our next project, 002, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction of the Dumacaa River flood control structure, package 37, Lucena City, Quezon, with contract ID 24DJ0132. Plans of the proposed project. Title page. Index of drawings. Key map, vicinity map, location map, and layout plan. General construction notes. Summary of quantities. Pavement layout plan for pathway. Detailed connection of reinforced structure to sidewalk and pavement blocks, parapet blocks. Detail of expansion joint at certain intersection in structures. Typical cross-section. Whip holes partial elevation. Details of whip holes. Section showing curb and gutter. Stone masonry typical cross-section. Parapet blocks and large section. Section showing metal grating and catch basin. Straight line diagram. Shoring and coffer damming plan. Detail section of retaining wall. Isometric drawing. Cross section of sheet pile. Detailed plan of project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Plan and profile for the project. Cross sections of the project. Scope of works. For part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of field office staff for the assistants to the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization, detour access road. For part D, reinforced concrete, structural concrete 4,000 PSI, class 8 at 28 days, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60. For part L-A, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, unsuitable excavation, shoring, cribbing and drain excavation, cribbing, coffer damming, embankment from borough, gravel fill. For part L-B, bank and slope protection works, stone masonry, structural steel sheet piles furnished, structural steel sheet piles driven. Part L-C, drainage works, pipe culverts, 910 millimeters diameter, class 2 RCPC, adjusting catch basin. Part C, earthworks, foundation fill, subgrade preparation, common material. Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course. Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter precast, sidewalk, 100 millimeters thick, trees furnishing and transplanting. Minimum equipment requirements, backhoe or backhoe with breaker, dump truck, plate compactor, cutting outfit, one bagger mixer, water pump, water truck, low bed trailer, vibratory roller, bar cutter, motorized road grader, bar bender, welding machine, cargo truck, truck mounted boom truck, generator set, vibro hammer, truck mounted crane, service crane, concrete vibrator, payloader, joint sealer machine. Manpower requirements, one project manager with 5 years total experience, one project engineer with 5 years total experience, one accredited materials engineer one construction foreman with 5 years total experience, one first aider, and one safety officer. Approved budget for the contract, 96,500,000 pesos. Contract duration, 330 calendar days.
May question po kaya? Kung wala po, sige po. Kasi na po tayo sa submission of bids. Thank you.
Submission of bids. The two envelope system, one original copy of the technical proposal in a sealed envelope and one original copy of the financial bid proposal in a sealed envelope. Placed in one sealed envelope, bidding date April 16, 2024. Submission of bidding documents until 9 a.m. only and opening of bidding documents at 9 o'clock a.m. Bids must be duly received by the Box Secretariat through manual submission or online or electronic submission as per DEO number 87 series of 2020. For advertisement, electronic bids underscore Quezon 2 at dpwh.gov.ph is the assigned email address of the Quezon 2 DEO where electronic bids shall be submitted and received. It is specified in the invitation to bid and bidding documents of the contract, which allows submission of electronic submission of bids. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the DPWH PhilJet websites in a conspicuous place pursuant to Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184, the Box Secretariat created the folder in the electronic bid submission and receipt SharePoint site, the eBid portal, for the contract ID allowing electronic submission of bids. The folder name should be consistent with the contract ID scheme provided under DO number 33 series of 2018. Opening of bid. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. The same applies to the technical and financial archive files in the electronic bids, which shall open prior to the technical and financial envelope in the manual bids. The checklist of technical component envelope, the first envelope. For Class A documents, legal documents, number 1, valid PhilJobs registration certificate for platinum membership, all pages. Number 2, the registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC from Department of Trade and Industry or DTI for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives or its equivalent documents. Number 3, the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidders is located or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zone or areas. Number 4, the tax clearance for EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For eligibility documents, number 1, the statement of prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Number two, the statement of bidder's single largest completed contract or the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided under the rules of the IRR. The bidder must have completed SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES. In case of contract in private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Number three, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board license or the PICAB license or special PICAB license in case of joint ventures. For financial documents, NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. The NFCC is the current asset minus current liabilities minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the projects under ongoing, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. Number two, the audited financial statement showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total current assets and liabilities is stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Number three, the bid security, an original copy of notarized bid securing declaration using prescribed format or any form of bid security in an amount equal to a percentage of the ABC in accordance with the following schedule of IRR section 27.2. A, the cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, 2% of ABC. B, the bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal commercial bank using form DPWH Infra 10 or 11, 2% of ABC. C, the surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% of ABC. The bids and bid securities shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids, and it should be specified in the bid security in any form, and please indicate the expiry date. Project requirements, which shall include the following. A, organizational chart for the contract to be bid, form DPWH Infra 12. B, the list of contractors' key personnel, including project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and foreman, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification experience data, form DPWH Infra 13. C, the duly signed list of contractors pledged major equipment units which own and or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. This equipment must meet the minimum major equipment requirements for the contract set in the BDS, form DPWH Infra 14. And please note that pledge equipment must comply the DO number 9 and DO number 58, both series of 2012. D, the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of the IRR, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney upon members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For Class B documents, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case of the joint venture is already in existence. Checklist.
For the checklist of financial component envelope, second envelope. The financial proposal shall contain the following. 1. Original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. 2. Original duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities using form DPWH Info 16 and 17. 3. Duly accomplished detailed estimate form, including summary sheets, indication the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rental using economy of the bid. And 4. Duly signed cash flow by quarter using form DPWH Info 18. Additional requirements. Duly notarized affidavit of site inspection. The construction safety and health program intended for the specific project only must be attached in the technical documents. The construction safety and health program should also be complete in accordance with DOLE checklist and DOLE DEO number 12, series of 2024. It includes the DOLE application form, construction safety and health officer, first aider, test a certificate of heavy equipment of operator and critical workers, testing and inspection of heavy equipment if applicable, and other pertinent documents for the approval of the program. Updated CPES rating or latest certification coming from the CPES that no rating was conducted for the past years, intended for the specific project to be bid. Minimum material testing equipment requirement pursuant to DEO number 80 series of 1990 and reiterated in DEO 138 series of 2015. A cleared photocopies of PIN ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer assigned to the project to be bid. Next po. Criteria of eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification as per 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 and latest GPPB issuances. The first envelope shall be open to determine the compliance with the document required to be submitted for eligibility and for the technical requirements as prescribed in the IRR. The back check the submitted document of each bidder against a checklist of requirements to ascertain if they are all present, using pass or fail criterion. For every document required that is present, it shall be rated pass, but in case of fail to include any of the requirements resulting to incomplete the required document, it shall be considered failed. Otherwise, the back shall rate the first envelope pass. Immediately after determining the compliance of the first envelope, the back shall open the second envelope or the financial document using again the pass or fail criterion in determining compliancy based on the checklist requirements. When the bid price exceeds the approved budget for the contract or EC, it is automatically rated as failed. All bids shall be subject for evaluation, and the lowest calculated bid or the highest rated bid shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether this bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Additional information. Enter into contract requirements to be complied by the winning bidder. 1. Construction method using form DPWH Info 45. 2. Construction schedule in the form of precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve and cash flow. Include the duration of the project or number of days using form DPWH Info 46. 3. Manpower schedule using form DPWH Info 47. 4. Equipment utilization schedule using form DPWH Info 48. 5. Clear photocopies of ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer assigned to the project. 6. Performance security and performance securing declaration. 7. Contractors all risk insurance. 8. For joint venture agreement, PICAB special joint venture license. 9. CHSP initiative for the hope and the Dolly concurrence. Reminder to bidders who will submit manually and to the bidders who submitted their bids online that will submit their original documents. Submit documents with table of contents, paginated and book-bound with your tags pursuant to DEO 90 series of 2002. Proposal booklet should be signed and attached in the technical envelope. There should be documentary stamp on bidder's bond and all other notarized documents. Materials engineer should be accredited and certificate of accreditation should be updated, intended for the specific project. The estimate and the summary sheet must be in detail. The contractor's authorized representative must present their valid company and any government-issued ID. Reminder to all users, please use A4 size of bond paper for technical and financial bid proposal. Use the prescribed info form which you can find the bid proposal booklet updated March 31, 2021. DEO 35 series of 2008, the guidelines in the implementation of the 3-strike policy in procurement of civil works and consultancy services contracts by the department and reiterated in DEO 20 series of 2004. The 3-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. Thank you po.
Thank you po, Ma'am Joy and Ma'am Lai. Para po sa ating mga may tanong at ano po, pwede po niyong balikan yung ating live sa YouTube. And kung may mga karagdagan pa rin po kayong katanungan, pwede naman po kayong pumunta sa aming opisina or tumawag po sa aming telepono na nakalagay po sa invitation to bid. May sasabihin, meron pa po bang sasabihin, Ade? Sige po, yun lang po at maraming salamat po. Ito na po nagtatapos.